Good morning everyone. My name is Satish from ECC section, B section. Today my topic in analog pulse circuit is cascade amplifier. Cascade amplifier. Introduction. We can cascade different type of amplifier to get desired overall characteristics. Often want high input impedance, high gain, low output impedance, higher gain. Mix and match cascades of different type of amplifier to get desired results. Constructed using two transistors, one operating as CS and other as CG, where CS is known for common source and CG is known for common gate. Best of both circuit configuration, namely moderate input impedance and high voltage gain of CS configuration, a very large output impedance, large output voltage swing, and much larger bandwidth of common gate configuration. Disadvantages: requires two transistors and a relatively high supply voltage. Applications: use it in current mirrors to increase output impedance as a modulator for amplitude modulation. And this shows the common source amplifier, where the source is grounded and gate has given input and a load resistance for the drain of 300k. And this is the cascade of two and the two transistors with common gate and common source amplifiers. This both form a cascade amplifier as shown in figure. Cascade amplifier. These are the given cascade amplifier of two stages, common gate and common source, where the output is taken from the common gate transistors of at the drain terminal, and the load resistance are RL, and the two Q1 and Q2 is given and shows you. The waveform of cascade amplifier for varying load. Load resistance and the given voltage at 100k or resistor, it gives 2.4 volts, and at 200k resistor it gives 1.9 volts, and at 300k volts resistor it gives 1.4. At 400k ohms it gives 0.9 volts, and at 500k ohms it gives 0.4 volts. By this we can conclude that as the resistor increases, the voltage get decreases of a given cascade amplifier. By varying the load, the voltage is decreases. Further, the waveform for changing of output with respect to load as given in figure. This is a small signal model of cascade amplifier. In this cascade amplifier, it consists of GM1 and VGS1 and the RO1 resistor, and GM2 and VGS current, and RO2 resistors, and load resistance, and the output at and given terminal G1, S1, D1, D2, G2 and S2 as shown in figure. V1 and the output is given as V0. This is a small signal model of cascade amplifier of two common gate and common source amplifier. Gain calculation of cascade amplifier, and the given has two stages, common gate stage and common source stage, where common gate taken as the second and common source as taken as first. Gain at common gate stage given as gain of common gate is output voltage by input voltage and is given as GM2 into RO2 parallel to RL, and RL1 equal to RO2 plus RL plus 1 plus GM into RO2. CG stage reduce the loads seen by the common source stage by GM to RO2. Gain at common source minus GM1 into RO1 parallel to RI2, and the overall gain is AV1 gain at common source to gain at common gate. When load resistance tends to infinity, the load of common gate is given as GM2 into RO2, and the gain at common source is given as minus GM1 into RO1, where the overall gain is given as minus GM1 GM2 into RO1 into RO2. Cascade current mirror. This circuit does not need an external voltage bias, and the cascade current mirror as the reference side of the mirror generates the base bias voltage for both the transistor of cascade output side. However, this reduces the voltage range over which the output may swings. Common source follower cascade. This has two transistors where the output of one transistor is connected to the gate, and the output of second transistor is calculated at the another end of the source of second transistor. Cascade differential amplifier. Using of cascade is increase the load resistance. Cascade both the active loads and differential pair. Higher effective load resistance, higher for the differential pair, reduce Miller effects. Advantages and disadvantages of cascade amplifier. The advantages of cascade amplifiers are bandwidth is high due to the elimination of Miller effect. Due to the cascade connection between two transistors, the overall gain of system is high. Even the parts of count for both the transistors are low. The disadvantages of this amplifier are presence of two transistors requires higher amount of voltage supply. The sufficient amount of drain to source voltage must be supplied to both the transistors, which strikes lesser the limits on the supply voltage. Applications of cascade amplifier. The application of this amplifier are in RF tuner. Cascade amplifier are used amplitude modulation technique uses cascade techniques. Summary. Best of both the circuit configuration, common source and common gate. The cascade arrangement offers high gain, high stability, high input impedance, wide application as in current mirrors, modulators, and differential op amps. Thank you.